Hello, and welcome to the Kickin P Podcast. I am your host, the biggest P that you ever did see. Lethal like Danny Glover, hotter than two covers. It's your boy Prince. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We got a good one today. We're going to dive right in, man. So this is the religion versus spirituality episode, right? Ooh, let's get just a little controversial. Let's shake shit up just a little bit, right? So first, let me dive into why I kind of wanted to do this episode. So I don't know if y'all remember last episode. I kind of said that I had went on this spiritual journey, this health journey that kind of led me down a spiritual journey. So I got a deep love and deep belief in God, and got a strong relationship with God, and I just wanted to seek strengthening that a little bit. So I'm like, man, let me really dive into religion. Let me really try to see if I can get into a religion. So. Just me, again, wanting to strengthen that bond with God. I just started looking into religion more, but I'm like, oh man, which religion do I go with? You know, which religion do I pick? They all kind of have a lot of fucking contradictions. Like, they all got a lot of contradictions, and it's a lot of things that I agree with in some, and a lot of things I don't agree with in others. But they have a lot of great points. Some religions and some theologies, they have a lot of great points and a lot of great lessons to them. But it's like, which one do I go with? So I just started from, so like when I'm doing research, like I like to start from just the basic, from the bottom. I like to start from a logistical standpoint. So I'm like, let me just start from the very basics. Let me just start with, well, religion came first. So start doing my research into every religion and just trying to see, you know, if I can get some clarity on some things. So I found out Christianity was started around 1 century CE. Judaism was started around 1800 BCE. Which makes sense. It's I believe it's like the oldest of the main theologies, so which everybody pretty much know. Judaism is that. Islam started around 610 CE, and Buddhism started around 5th century. So, like I said, I'm just doing my research on these things, and the more I'm researching the different theologies, the more I'm noticing that they all have like a lot of similarities. They all have a lot of similar stories and a lot of things in common. They all have a flood origin myth story. They all have the story of Noah. They all have the story of Garden Eden and just the wrath of God. And they all share these similar stories. Christianity, Judaism, Catholicism, Buddhism, they all have these similar stories. So the logical part of me is like, okay, so now let me just put some common sense to it, because I like to put common sense to shit. So if I'm thinking like, if all these theologies share these same stories, then obviously somebody had to say it first, right? Somebody had to be the one to first give the story for all these other theologies to come and base they belief system off of, right? So when you go back and doing research, you come to find out that all these different theologies is getting a lot of they biblical texts and a lot of their biblical information from the ancient Babylonians, and the Babylonians is getting that information directly from the ancient people of Sumer, the ancient Sumerian people, right? So then it's like now you got to go do your research on that. If all the people is getting the game from these people, then obviously I got to go research these people. These are people I need to be talking to, right? So you start doing your homework on the ancient Sumerian people. Right? Now, who are the ancient Sumerians? The ancient people of Sumer, right? They lived in the ancient Mesopotamic area, which is like modern day Iraq, modern day Kuwait. Now they say, which was part of Africa around that time, but which they claim was about 6,000 years ago. But in my personal opinion, from the research I've done, it's even longer ago than that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other archaeologists and a lot of scientists and a lot of people who's in that lane, they all thinking and getting evidence more and more every year that civilization started way longer ago than that. Like a lot of this shit was happening, they finding out way before they originally thought. So again, it's in my personal opinion and from the research that I've done that it's even older than that. But they say about 6,000 years ago. Now that from itself, that makes this predates the ancient Egyptians by thousands of years. So these people are older, way older than the ancient Egyptian people were. So who were they? What did they do? And then you go to find out that they literally invented every fucking thing. Like, these people invented everything. They invented writing. They invented irrigation systems for farming. They invented math. They invented calendars. They invented city-states. They invented the wheel. They invented the fucking wheel, right? So that's what I'm saying. So these is the people, right? So now you got to go back to, if these are people giving all the game, then what did they believe? Now, the ancient people of Sumer, they have a different, their theology is they have what I would consider like an out of the box type of theology. They believe in, they have like a biblical system and a God system of these people called the Anunnaki. Now, I won't get into the Anunnaki today because that's just a whole rabbit hole in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's just a whole other, that's going to be a whole nother different episode itself. So I ain't even going to really get into the Anunnaki right now. But if y'all want me to do an episode about the Anunnaki, just let me know. Comment or DM me. Let me know if y'all want me to do an episode about them. I'll jump in my bag and give y'all the Anunnaki bag too. But just for the sake of the podcast, I won't go into the Anunnaki per se today. But besides their theology and their God belief system, what did they know? You know, what did they believe? How did they go about life? What did they believe the purpose in life was? What did they believe about nature? You know? So then you just got to start doing your research, right? So you're doing your research and you come to find out that these people live by a set of laws. These people live by a set of rules and cosmic balance that was put forth and set here by the Creator. They live by what was called the 12 laws of the universe, or the universal 12 laws. Now, I'm going to give them to you. I got them right here. I'm going to read them down to you. I'm not going to be able to break them all down to you, but I'll break down the most important one to you today. But again, I urge you to please go do your research on these things. You don't have to take my word for nothing. Just go do your research on what I'm telling you. But this is what they believed, and this is how they operated. You know what I'm saying? As far as being in tune with nature and being in tune with the cosmic balance of the galaxy and of the universe. So they ran and they lived by these laws, what they call the 12 laws of the universe, or the 12 universal laws. Universal law of one. I'm sorry, the first one is universal law of divine oneness. The next one, the universal law of vibration, the law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, the law of polarity, the law of inspired action, the universal law of gender, the universal law of relativity, the law of compensation, the universal law of rhythm, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, and the most important one is the universal law of love, right? So again, once you start doing your research into these things, into these laws, it'll kind of make a little bit more sense what I'm saying. So that's why I urge you to please do your research and please dive into these things. But we'll just break down that one, the universal law of love. So what does that mean? So how it's supposed to work is, this world is supposed to be a truly beautiful place. Like, this world is supposed to be a place where souls can come and grow and learn to be able to vibrate and elevate to the next frequency in life. That's low-key what this shit is low-key like supposed to be a school, right? But a lot of souls come here, and because you given free will when you come here, a lot of souls, they misuse love, right? They take love and they bend love and they give twisted forms of love that's not unconditional true love. And that energy shifts the cosmic universe, and it puts the balance, and it puts the universal cosmic balance off, right? That's what it's really about. You're supposed to love unconditionally and give unconditional love to yourself and to your neighbor. You're supposed to really and truly and unconditionally love yourself. But that's not what it is. Again, people come here and people take that love and misuse it and abuse it and twist it and give twisted forms of it, man. And like I said, that energy is sent down into the universe and it's brought back in the forms of karma. And bad shit happen and bad energy is taken in, and then it's just a domino effect from there. Because everybody's just running around misusing love. Nobody's running around using love in the correct way. So that's what it really is. Once you learn how to live within the balance and within the laws of the universe set forth by the Creator, because these are the Creator's rules. These are the rules that the Creator put forth when He created the universe, right? It's like you gotta. when it comes to love, love is the most important thing, because when you break it down, so love is literally the most important thing, right? Because when you break it down, just break it down and really think about it. Love is inside of every emotion, right? It's love and sadness. It's love and fear. It's love and jealousy. Love is inside of all of these emotions. But all of these emotions and all these different emotions is not inside of love. But we don't even love ourselves in the proper way and in unconditional way that we're supposed to, right? So we can't even love ourselves in the proper way that we need to. So we can't even turn around and love our neighbors the right way. So it's like it's all a chain reaction, and again, it's all connected, and it's a balance to the cosmos. Everything is about balance. Because reincarnation is real, people. You will live this life several times until you figure out how to live within the cosmic laws set forth by the Creator, until you learn how to live within balance. This ain't the first life you lived. You'd have lived several lives, and you're going to continue to live several lives until you learn what you're supposed to learn at this plane and at this frequency, until you can vibrate to the next one and get to the next frequency. But you're not going to be able to get there until you learn what you're supposed to learn here. That's really the point of this shit, like low key, right? But again, I urge y'all to look into the universal laws. I also urge y'all to do y'all research and look into the 7 Hermetic principles, right? Read the Kabbalion. It's spelled Kyblion. Now, what is it? What is the Kabbalion? It's a set of principles set forth by the Hermetic people, which is like similar to the 12 laws of the universe. It's pretty much kind of like the same thing. They just give their own personal take and their own personal spin on it. Other 12 laws of the universe. So it's pretty much the same thing. But like I said, they just give their own versions of it, right? So we're going to break them down a little bit right here too real quick. So what are the 7 Hermetic principles? The first one is the principle of mentalism, right? That means everything is mental. The principle of polarity, the principle of rhythm, the principle of cause and effect, the principle of gender, the principle of correspondence, the principle of vibration, right? So again, I can't break all of them down just for the sake of the episode, but I'll break down, in my opinion, what's the most important one, the principle of vibration, right? See, everything is vibration and energy. See, this why I really recommend people really do their research and really figure out how this shit really work. Because once you really realize how this shit work, you able to bend the universe to your will. So that's why I kind of encourage people to really do your research and really do your homework on what's real spirituality, just so you can start bending the wheel to your universe and things can start going your way a little bit more, right? So it's knowing that everything is energy, right? That's why I tell people to meditate, do yoga, grounding. Make sure you eat and got the right diet. All this shit is real. That's why vibration is so real. That's why when you talk, your vocal cords vibrate, right? That vibration is put forth and goes forth to the universe. The universe receives that vibration, right? And it starts to bend to your will. That's why they call it speaking. Because when you talking, you literally casting a spell on the universe, right? So vibration is real. Energy is real. And it's like we have to do our research and know that this type of shit is real. Because when you really know what it's about and you really know how to really jump into that bag, you can start manipulating and you can start having things go your way. But it's all about knowing energy, vibration. It's all about grounding. It's all about meditation. It's all about having the right diet. It's all about just being in balance with the cosmos, right? So it's like, even like this desk that I'm sitting at, right? Even at this desk, if you break this desk down to the simplest form, to the simplest molecule, to the simplest atom, and you break that atom down, nothing's in the atom. The atom is empty. The only thing that's in there is protons and electrons. That's literally energy. That's literally nothing but energy, right? So none of this shit is even really real in the first place, right? So like I said, it's just about knowing that. It's just knowing how the universe works. And knowing how to manipulate it in your favor. And it's all about being in a balance and giving the right love and giving what you're supposed to give, right? Like, this is what these people study. This is what they believe. This is how they went about their regular, everyday, average life, Like, right? Like I said, like they had their own belief system as far as theology, but in actual practice in life and how they live, this is what they did. This is what they thought. This is how they thought. This is what they went by. Right? So then, and it's like, when I get back to the religion side, it's like, it's just too many contradictions for me. It's just too many contradictions. The war, the constant fighting and killing other people in the name of different wars, just the murderers and the horrendous shit that's been done in the name of wars. It's just like, I just can't get with it. I just can't, like, what's the one saying that they say from the Bible? I can't think of the one where they like, it's cool if you kill a slave as long as you pay the slave owner or some shit like that, like was in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not God, bro. And it's like same thing from the Islamic text with like the child bride stuff. And it's like, it's too many contradictions and it's too much weird shit. And it's like, that is not God, bro. God is not murder. God is not killing innocent people and harming people or putting forth no negative energy. God is unconditional love, right? God is the all. God is not what they portray to be in this Bible or in the biblical text or in the Islamic text. He's not that person. Like I said, God is unconditional love. Jealousy is not in unconditional love. So they contradict themselves in their own text, but then when you put common sense to it, you see that it even make less sense than what you thought it even made when you apply common sense to it, right? So then it's like, people got this false pretense of God too, right? People think that God is he's just this dude in the sky and he just up there just taking miracles and blessings and he just dictate what's going on down here and you know what I'm saying? And he's this wrathful God. He got revenge in his heart. He'll kill, murder little kids, but he still love everybody at the same time. Like, this is what they portray the narrative of God to be. And that ain't necessarily the case. God is the all. God is literally the all, the creator of everything, right? He created the universe. And just like everything that's ever been created, it's been created with a set of laws and conditions that has to be met in order for it to prosper in its growth. That's with anything that's ever been created. Anything that's ever been created has a set of rules and a set of conditions that it has to follow in order to prosper in the growth of whatever the thing is. That's with anything. So that's what the universe is too. So as long as people are not living within the cosmic balance and the cosmic laws of the universe, then we're going to have the condition that we have here now. Like I said, this place is not meant to be the way it is. It's not meant to be this hellhole that people turn it into that's about money and sex and drugs and crazy shit. It's meant to be a truly beautiful place, bro. But again, it's people misusing love. And that's the most important one. Like I said, reincarnation is real. You have to do your homework and you have to do your research and you have to live within the cosmic balance. They're going to try to make it seem like this type of shit is like cuckoo shit too. Like, you know, like it's crazy and it's cuckoo and it's weird and it's conspiracy theory to think like this and have this type of perspective. But I beg to differ. I feel like having and adopting their narrative is even more crazy when it don't make no sense. Like I said, there's so many contradictions in religions that I can't get with. Another one is the hell thing. Like the hell thing, the concept of hell, you just always told about it when you were a kid. But then when you think about it, in theory, it just don't make no sense. Fire is a physical manifestation of energy. A spirit or a soul is metaphysical. You can't fucking burn a spirit. You can't burn a ghost. Like, it just don't make no sense, bro. like is it just me? Like, it just don't make no sense. If that's the case, why the fuck they don't just burn the ghosts in the scary movies then? Like, they never do. It just don't make no sense. So it's like the concept of hell itself is just crazy. I just can't get with it. And like I said, there's just so many other contradictions, man, that's in religion that I just can't wrap my head around, man. It just don't feel right. Like, some of the shit just don't feel right when you try to adopt it in your spirit. Some of the shit just don't feel right, man. And it's just like, nah, I can't really lean into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this shit really just a school, bro. This shit really just a school that you sent yourself to learn and to grow, to be able to elevate and to be able to rise to the next frequency and vibrate to the next frequency. You sent yourself here to learn and grow, right? So again, I just urge everybody to please, man, do your research, do your homework. Again, you don't have to take in nothing I'm saying. Please just deep dive into, like I said, energy, vibration, meditation, just being in tune with nature, grounding, having the right diet. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I just encourage people to jump into that more and lean a little bit away from religion a little bit more. Like I said, no beef with anybody that supports a religion. Again, I respect everybody's right to religion. I respect everybody's religion. But again, I urge people to lean a little bit away from it more. Just because it's an institution just set by people to lead people further away from actual spirituality. That's my personal belief. So I just urge people to please do your homework, do your research. Again, you ain't got to take in nothing I'm saying. You ain't got to believe nothing I'm saying. Just please go do your own homework, go do your own research, and just see if it'll give you a different perspective on some of the things I'm saying. Look into the 12 universal laws. Look into the 7 Hermetic principles. Look into just a few different things. And another thing too, and it's like it just don't make sense too. Like, when I jump into the bag, okay, let's jump into the Jesus bag a little bit now. Now let's get like a little controversial real quick, right? So then you go back and you say, okay, what did Jesus believe, right? We know that like nationality-wise, he was Jewish. We know he wasn't Christian because Christianity didn't come around to way after his death. But we knew that from birth, he was considered Jewish, right? But what did he actually believe, though? What did he actually practice? Because he wasn't going around preaching the shit from the Bible. Make sure y'all pay the deacon and make sure a sister tithe. Like he wasn't going around preaching that message. So what was he actually preaching? What was he actually saying? How did he actually live? What did he actually believe? So let's just do a little bit of research, right? This is from y'all Bible. Jesus once said, "Forgive and you will be forgiven. For the same measure you give will be the measure you get back." He also said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if you do this one thing, you fulfill the entire law and the prophets." Right? That's what Jesus said. At least that's what they say he said. But that sounds like the universal law of love to me. That sounds like the universal law of polarity to me. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out a little bit, right? But this is what he actually believed and what he actually practiced, right? Not, like I said, go to church, pay your tithes, make sure the deacon and the pastor rolling around in the new car. Like, that ain't really what he preached. This is what he actually preached, right? And it's like, now, like I said, we're going to get into the Jesus thing a little bit, because I'm going to give y'all a little bit of information that I'm pretty sure most people don't really know, even though it's common knowledge. Like I said, all this shit is researchable. You can easily, and I don't necessarily even like advise like Google searches, because it's a lot of bullshit on Google too. But a lot of this shit is just easily Googleable. Like, you can just hop in Google and see most of the shit I'm finna tell you now, right? Or just do a little bit more research and dive into it. Like I took the time to deep dive into it, right? So Jesus, right? Now, in the Bible, in the biblical text, it say Jesus disappeared from the Bible at the age of 12, right? He was just gone. Then they just pick up, he coming back, he on the back of a donkey, and he coming back. God called him out of Egypt. Boom, right? But where he go? He popped up, what age was it, 33? He popped up back at age of 33, right? So where he go? Where he go? Where was he at for all of his, I was going to say for most of his childhood, for all his teen years and all of his young adult nurturing male years. Where was he at all that time, right? So then you go do your research, right? He goes to Egypt first, right? And they have in Egypt right now, in Coptic Cairo, the place where Jesus slept is guarded day and night by guards. They got a shrine right there where Jesus lived for a bunch of years in Egypt right now. Like I said, you can go research this. You can go jump into this bag and figure it out yourself. But I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you the game, right? He was in Egypt, right, for many years. After that, he goes from Egypt to Nubia, right? Then he goes from Nubia to Tibet. Now in Tibet, excuse my language, excuse my, excuse my translations, but he went to Tibet to learn Zhong Qi and Reiki healing. That's healing with the hands and moving energy through the body with the hands, right? And that's been confirmed by the Dalai Lama himself. Everything I'm telling you is all facts. Just go do your research. This is where he learned how to do Zhong Qi and Reiki healing in Tibet with the monks, right? From there, where did he go? From there, he goes down to India to learn the mystic arts and learn about reincarnation and life cycles. Again, do your research. Don't take my word for it. This is all real shit that you can go research that's been documented yourself. From there, he goes back to Egypt, teaching along the way, all the way back to Egypt, to where now he's 33 years old and God calls him out of Egypt. But this is the type of shit that they don't make common knowledge, that they don't want y'all to know, right? See, he was an ascended being, right? He mastered the 12 laws of the universe. He lived within cosmic balance. He went to research these things that I'm talking about, energy and vibration, and he went to the Egyptian mystery schools, and like he learned all of these things that I'm talking about, and he lived within cosmic balance. He was unconditional love, right? And this is the information that they don't want y'all to know. It's a lot of books that they left out of the Bible and a lot of information that they left out of the Bible on purpose, purposely keeping this type of information from you. They don't want you to know that energy and vibration is real, right? So please, again, I advise you to just do your homework, man. Just do your homework on these things. Because the things I'm telling you, again, some may sound a little unorthodox, some may sound a little crazy, but again, I'm just telling you all facts. I'm not telling you nothing that I've made up myself that can't be easily researched and can't be easily verified. Like, you just got to be willing to put in the time to do the research yourself, right? So yeah, again, I urge everybody and plead to everybody to please lean a little bit more towards spirituality and diving more into that bag and leaning more into that and less away from religion. Again, no disrespect to religion. But yeah, man, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Next episode, we might get a little bit more controversial. We're going to push the envelope a little bit more, right? Next episode is going to be about the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, and a little bit about the 60s, man. Look at that. Ooh, we might get into a little bit of shit. We might get into a little trouble next episode, man. But yeah, I'm going to get my perspective on a few things dealing with the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King. Shout out to Martin Luther King. Like I said, I'm going to give a few different perspectives, man. I'm going to present the facts, and I'm going to give you my perspective, man, on a few things, man. And again, I may ruffle a few feathers. Some people may be offended. Who cares? But a few things may go against the traditional narrative that's been presented. So again, man, yeah, but it's all for the sake of just having conversations, man. Just raising the vibration, just raising the level of the vibration of conversations. That's really what it's all about, man, for me. And just having more intellectual, in-depth conversations about these type of things, man. So like I said, I'm going to give my perspective on a few things from what I've done my research on and for what I know to be facts. And like I said, it may be some things that may not be common knowledge to people, everybody that might not know. But you can easily go do your research and just see it. Like, everything is declassified. Everything is, literally on Google. So again, you don't have to take my word for nothing, but I'm going to give some hot takes, man, and you might not like it, but it's going to be the facts, and we're going to present them, and we're going to talk about them, man. So again, I thank everybody for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the first episode of the Kickin P Podcast, man. I am your host, the biggest P, Prince. Thanks for tuning in for your boy, man. And again, always remember to keep it P, and always remember to go forth with love in your hearts, man. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, man. See y'all later.